It's like a work of art, an incredibly aromatic, pretty, colourful work of art. Dal Palak. In other words, spinach dal. It is just, the aroma in my house right now is off the charts. It smells so good, it looks so inviting. And best of all, this is a vegan recipe. I've made a couple adjustments to my recipe simply because I'm actually planning on gifting this dish to a vegan friend and they don't like tomatoes, so I've left tomatoes out. And I've also swapped out ghee and I'm just gonna use plain rice bran oil, which makes this recipe vegan, but please feel free to use ghee or any other fat that you like. So the first thing to do is actually prep the dal or whatever lentil you want to be using. I'm actually using this mung dal, which is essentially split mung beans. They look like a finer, smaller, split yellow pea. What we need to do is wash this really, really well under running water and then soak it in water for at least 30 minutes. So the mung beans have essentially softened, and I think, right, the most efficient way to do this would be to cook your lentils or your mung beans or whatever they are in a pressure cooker. But not everybody has a pressure cooker, right? You can just set it and forget it. But you can also achieve the same results in just a simple saucepan on the stove. And so that's the method I'm going to use because I think that's the most achievable for everybody. So I'm just going to add all those mung dal to this saucepan. Cover it with about 2 to 3 cups of water, just cold water. I'm going to add a generous pinch of salt. Just give that a good stir. And then we'll pop that on the stove, bring it up to a simmer and just let it simmer gently for 45 minutes. And here's the thing, I think it's actually better on the stove, even though it'll take slightly longer. The reason being is, once you put it in a pressure cooker, you pop the lid on, you can't tell what's happening on the inside. Whereas on the stove, you can watch this and you can actually, dig out a few of the lentils and feel for the perfect texture for you. So that's really, really cool. All right, 45 minutes and we're ready to rock and roll. In the meantime, grab a large onion and finely chop it. You don't need to go too fine. Having a few larger chunks in here will just add a bit of texture to the dal as well. We'll also finely chop some garlic and finely slice some green chillies. After 45 minutes, the mung dal is super tender and porridge-like. You could mash this more with a spoon if you like a smoother texture, but I like some body to this. Now heat a few tablespoons of oil or ghee in a pan on medium-high heat. Saute the onion, garlic and chilli and a few slices of ginger until it's all browned. Then add the spice mix: cumin seeds, dried chilli, turmeric, chili powder, salt and asafoetida. Asafoetida is a common seasoning in Indian cuisine and it's derived from fennel, but it's super pungent. Think of it like using anchovies, fish sauce, shrimp paste. A little goes a long way and it boosts so much flavour. Stir fry the mixture for 2 to 3 minutes until the spices are really well mixed in and it's all nice and toasty. Then go straight in with a few big handfuls of spinach. Cook until just wilted. Then we'll add in the mung dal and mix it all together well. And then this is optional, but you can add a bit of water or stock or even coconut milk to thin out the dal. If you want it more soupy, add more liquid. You just might need to add a little bit more salt if you do. But if you like it thicker and a bit more dip-like, then just skip this step. Let it simmer together for a minute or so and then turn off the heat. This is when I like to add the lemon juice, just to balance all those intense spices and brighten everything. And now for the finishing touch, tempered spices. Tempered just means heated or essentially fried. And this is a common addition in lots of Indian dishes and it's my favorite part. In 4 tablespoons of hot oil on medium heat, add cumin seeds and let them crackle and pop just for a few seconds. Then toss in a teaspoon of red chili flakes. Look at the color. And after about 10 seconds, turn off the heat. And once it's completely stopped bubbling, but it's still hot, add in chili powder and just watch it bloom. Now top the dal palak with the tempered spices and the oil. Oh my lord! Oh, this is it. Oh my god. Oh. That is pure joy. That is just, I need some roti, some bread, some rice, something to soak all of this goodness up and get it in my face. Oh, this is freaking awesome. You guys gotta give this recipe a go. So